The final UFL training camp cuts before the kickoff of the 2025 season had a few surprises for each team. Now, there are a variety of reasons for each cut, but I have a feeling that some of the names you're going to hear on this list will pop back up during the UFL season. We'll see. So let's take a look at a player from each UFL team that was surprisingly given the axe before kickoff. I have to start with the most surprising cut of all, in my opinion. Lynn Bowden is an all-everything player. He can play wide receiver, running back, and quarterback, and he seemed to be the gadget play talent that could have taken a strong DC offense to the next level. I even did a recent video about Bowden and how his rise from high school phenom to SEC talent to his NFL journey had really primed him for a UFL breakout. DC thought otherwise. I would be really surprised if we did not see him land somewhere in the UFL or other alt-football league soon. Andy Isabella was a former NFL second-round pick who bounced around the NFL a bit before signing with the Battlehawks. Even though the Battlehawks have a stable of wide receivers, it's surprising that Isabella was unable to find a spot on that St. Louis roster. Brandon Arconato won a championship with the Renegades in 2023, but found himself shut out after the merger in 2024. However, he was brought back into the Renegades camp on March 13th this year, only to get a pink slip a week later. I really thought the Luis Perez to Brandon Arconato connection would happen again in 2025, but it is not happening, at least right now. Jalen Harris arrived to the San Antonio Brahmas after a trade with DC a day after he had signed with the Defenders. Harris was one of 8 Brahmas on defense who failed to make the cut, which speaks to the confidence head coach Wade Phillips has in the remaining defensive players on the roster. Harris was on the active roster with the Washington Commanders late in the 2023 season before being cut last August. I have a feeling we'll see Harris on another UFL roster. Chris Blewett was one of the top kickers in the USFL with the Pittsburgh Maulers before coming to the UFL with the Birmingham Stallions, where he was limited by injury but still effective. On March 18th, Blewett signed with the Michigan Panthers, but was let go on March 20th. Well, the Houston Roughnecks swooped in and signed him the same day. Former Memphis Tiger Joe Skates was mentioned earlier this year as one of the players brought in to not just bolster the Showboats offense, but also to boost the ties to the Memphis community. Skates was a 4-star talent coming out of high school in Dayton, Ohio. He was a standout from 2019 through 2021 at Iowa State before catching touchdowns with the Memphis Tigers in 2022 and 2023. It seems as if he has more football ahead of him, but maybe not with the Memphis Showboats. TJ Pledger may have been the odd man out of the Houston running backs room with the addition of Zaquandre White, who had played with Birmingham and D.C., and then returning running back Kirk Merritt and newcomer Lorenzo Lingard joining the Roughnecks. Pledger rushed for more than 250 yards in 9 games with the Roughnecks last year. The Stallions are favorites because they are loaded, but it was surprising to see Neville Clark get cut. He really had a strong showing late in the season last year, including in the UFL title game with Birmingham. He also had solid performances for the New Orleans Breakers in the USFL. I don't think we've seen the last of Clark on the gridiron. Again, I think we could see some new faces in new places as we progress through the 2025 UFL season, so we will keep an eye on the roster movement. And one place to keep an eye on all season long is with Alt Football Digest at altfootball.com. Now, the news is free, but there is also a premium content area where you can get exclusive stories and features for just $5 a month. Check it out at altfootball.com. And be sure to like and subscribe right here for UFL and other alt football news all year long. Thanks for watching.